Sometimes I think the stupidest things bother me. I want to get in here. You guys are going to just... So today's video, I'm going to be working on some Easter decor, and some of it's going to be the adult decor version of an Easter basket. Okay, first we're going to start off with the word Easter built with blocks. So my problem was, oddly enough, I didn't have ours. So I ended up doing this when I was digging through. I just ended up using a couple of the bigger blocks. So not just to have one at the end, I did find another E. So that works. I was looking for something all the same, but you know what? You do what you do with what you have. So we're just going to go ahead and get these glued together. There. We got them all glued and they're flat. Then I was able to thrift a bag of little Easter ornaments, probably from one of those little Easter trees. So I kind of picked out a little theme. Unfortunately, some of them are broken, so I was trying to find the ones that were not. So I have a mama bunny and a baby bunny and a bigger chick and a little chick. Why the chick is playing the guitar, I have no idea. No idea. But I don't know if I can just, oh, yep, I can just pull these out. So now I'm just going to play around. I like that that kind of has the goose on it. So let's see, what can we do with mama and baby? And then we got the little, I almost don't want to cover that up because I like that on the top. And then I did go, you know what, don't put your Christmas stuff all away, y'all. So I went in to try to find some bottle brush trees in, the coordinating colors. So I thought, oh my gosh, that works out perfect. Just a little scene, just a little blocks, doesn't have to be completely full. Now, usually I would probably take off the base, but I like the height. And if I take the base off this one, it might be the same length as mama. So or the same height as mama. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it alone. So we'll just start gluing on. I do have some little eggs that I was gifted from Burgess Antiques, and I was going to see if I could add a couple of them on. Or if I don't end up liking it. I don't mind it. I like the little addition of it. Okay, so I will use a little bit of those right in the middle. I'm not sure about the ones on the trees yet. You know when you know, right, you guys? And then I glue it onto my finger. They're just plastic, so they don't weigh very much. Okay, maybe just one over here, maybe. Like an Easter egg hunt. Oh, I used to love my my poor family that had to put up with me. I would wait all year long to find littles to go into those plastic Easter eggs and have quite the scavenger hunt. And I loved doing all those activities when the children were little. Oh my gosh, felt sorry for my family. Okay, let me see if there's anything else in here. That guy looks like he's playing the drum. I feel like I want to add something to off-center it. Maybe this egg. They probably put the tag right there. Why would you do that? That's just how they are sometimes. Sometimes I think the stupidest things bother me. 2 seconds and it rubbed off good. I just didn't want to cover up that little duck. I think it's cute. Geese. I'm gonna call it that. Ah, poo. I didn't realize there was another tag. Okay, I dug around the bag some more and I found this little chirping birdie that's not broken. It might have been attached to something, but I think I can glue it and I think I'll be happy with it sitting on there. So next I have this very large, I think it's large, it used to be a sewing drawer. Still is a sewing drawer, but just not part of the sewing table anymore. So we are going to fill it up. I'm going to start off with some of the Amazon blocks. And since they're not completely tight, I am going to put, the bottom is a little warped and uneven. So not necessarily a huge sellable item. So I am going to put some hot glue only because it's not going to stay exactly where I need it to. Now, I didn't know that they sold Spanish moss in different colors, and so this one is a coffee color, so it's kind of brown. So it's like, oh, I got this off Amazon. Well, if you're going to give me options, I'm always going to I'm always going to take some options. Still just as messy as Spanish moss always is, but it does its purpose. So we are covering up that floral foam is what we are going for. Then I wasn't worried about getting it tight to the sides because I wanted to tuck this down in it. So my motivation is these guys. These guys. Though I have a yellow one like this, I'm not going to use the jute. I don't have a yellow tree. So I bought these out of somebody's booth. I'm not sure where they got them, but oh my gosh, they are super cute. Of course, the favorite, I'm a green fan, so the favorite is my green. From the Dollar Tree. This year, last year, many eons ago, as I said, I am a collector. Well, this one's newer because it says the $1.20, the $1.25. So these are when they were $1. I had this set up for a little cheese box, but of course that wasn't happening because it was by the time I wanted to put all of them together because I'm matchy. I'm sorry. I wanted them to all have their own individual tree. I wish I had a yellow one, but I don't. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take the bases off this time to stick them into the floral foam and the Spanish moss. Because I'm going to use that to stick into the floral foam. To eyeball center and put it towards the back. It'll go that deep, but because then I can set the bunnies here and not have that hole that I feel like I need to fill always. So get my bigger objects in here first. And the little pink girl in the middle. I mean, I could add the yellow one in here too, and they came as a group. I bought them individually, but the jute is cute. It just doesn't fit into what I got going on here. Now I have these. I'm going to call them bubbles because grandparents, parents, little kids love bubbles, and I still enjoy bubbles. But I thought that would be great to add into there. So I don't want the fake leaves though. I think I can just cut them off with scissors. Towards the bottom, they might make it a little too tight there. So we'll just clip a couple off. I tried to pull them out, but I really want to keep the bundle together, so now let's go ahead and stick it into the floral foam. Oh, oh my gosh, bubbles! The Nemo movie. Oh. Because then we can add some of them in here. That'll work. I think I got a little bonus. Yep, right back into my Christmas decor I go. I love the thought of this stuff. It was like a garland, but look at all the different textures going on in it. So I am going to cut a few pieces off and see what it looks like. Oh my gosh. And then it's funny because then that pink draws your eye to the pink one. So I'm definitely going to be using it. Dab of glue back there. The garland back there. So I'm wrapping the little tinsley garland. What? Am I using Christmas bulbs? I might be. Because then I can pop some green in there. And then I need some yellow. So I had some of this pink garland. I thought I'm just going to put it around her. That kind of ties in the little fluff of the garland. I don't know if I have any more coordinating colors. I'd have to look. So I have this old pipe cleaner that kind of matches that color. I could go around the yellow. I think I will do that. Should be able just to twist it. And then maybe silver. I agree with the person that I bought. They did need a little something on their necks, and I think this is fine for the other two, little silver. I think in the final, because I've got this all blinged up, there were these little Easter eggs that were probably put on a tree. So I'm going to take the fishing line off of them. It's used to hang them. And then we're just going to go ahead and add them in. Though one is purple, but I don't know, it kind of coincides. It's okay to have an odd man out, right? So I think my last thing that I'm going to add in is Dollar General had these little eggs on a stick. And I think they'd be super cute to put like in here. I don't really care for the bows though, so I think I can just take the bows off and then just stick it into the floral foam. Just, you know, it's kind of like an explosion of Easter. So much going on. Okay, so sometimes you take things in their brokenness, their rusty crustiness, because they tell a story, but that is some amazing blue hiding behind there. I do have a blue bunny, and he's aged, and he's not, I mean, he's not terribly conditioned, but he's dirty, and it's that flocking that's hard to clean. I'm going to take his little tag off, though. So he's going to get added to that because he's not perfectly in perfect shape either. And then I bought these wholesale, so I thought it'd be fun to have some greenery, and it has the blue in there, though the eggs don't do it for me. They don't fit into the color, but that doesn't mean you don't use them on something else. Thinking maybe a piece of the Dollar Tree floral foam. Oh, it does. Will fit in there. I'm just going to attempt to wrap it in some white tissue paper. I don't mind seeing the green, but I don't want it like floral foam flakes. Okay, I think that's good. Just enough to cover it. So we're going to go ahead and slide it back. I'm probably just going to cut it off and add the stems individually. That way I can get it fuller than just keeping it on the one stem. There, I can get it much fuller if I cut them individually. And part of the problem too is that they're all the same length. So I need them to tear down. If that makes sense. You want tall, medium, shorter. I love that they're on wires, so I can bend them and do with them what I will. So I have some bigger ones that I think I'm gonna add in, just for variance of color and size wise. I want more color in there. It's just not enough. And then I want to take some of the leaves and go down the side so you don't see that. Keeping some of the wire. And this wire is a little bit stronger, so it's just going to kind of come down the side for right now. And then I'm going to kind of glue them here and there. I don't want you to see that tissue paper. We don't want them sticking straight out. And then we'll add in a few of the smaller little pieces that I cut off the ends to make them shorter. The Dollar General had this little shredded grass, I'm going to call it. Is that what they call it? Yeah, Easter grass. That's what they're calling it too. So, but I like that it was pastels, which matches the little pip berries. So I'm going to put some down here. Ooh! I don't know how much I need. Probably glue it in place though. And then I can get the little bunny. I tried to clean him. It doesn't really clean off. What's stained is stained. But it goes with the rusty crustiness of the matchbox, so we can stick him in there. I'd give him a friend, but right now I wanted to add, I got a couple of these little old cupcake toppers, and I did think that, you know, he could use some friends. So I thought I kind of left that space there, and I can stick those in there, just adding some more. And then that hue, there's a hue of that in here, which probably was pink. So look at a few little friends there. I mean, I could add the eggs back in because that hue matches it now. That I think I will do that. I do think as soon as I did it, I liked it. So see, you always, even though you cut them off the stems, doesn't mean you don't get to reuse them. Okay, so next I have this blue coffee can. I've never even heard of the coffee, but it doesn't matter. And I want to get in here. You guys are going to just, oh, look at it. It is a bendy knee hugger, little bunny pixie. Oh my gosh. And then I couldn't help it, but we will make this all work in this little coffee tin. Oh my goodness. So we have to Set those off to the side. You got to fill the coffee tin up first. I know I'm going to add some trees in here, but I have to see, like, I think it's only going to be a trio. I was trying to decide which tree. I think that tree matches too much. I'm going to go with the one that's a little bit more blue. I want something to cover up the fluorofoam, so I'm just going to use this multimedia paper. Just guesstimating. I have to add my big people in here first. I have just enough of the little tag left on there. So I don't mind gluing this one down. This is a Target. So I'm going to take the little tag off. Probably back in the day, Target dollar spot. And for her, because I've never seen one, I just can't glue it in. So I'm going to take this wire, fold it, and then put it like where her legs are. I think her little top can come up a little bit, and that'll hide it. And then it should poke into the floral foam. It should, in my theory. There, you don't even see it, and I didn't have to glue her. Okay, so they also had at the Dollar General pinwheels. So I knew that where I was going to put this, it was going to be kind of like a space. So I thought, oh my gosh. So how would that look to fill in that space back there? So I do need to trim a little off. Don't go crazy. Oh my gosh. Oh, loving on it. So cute. Yes. Who didn't love pinwheels? So, all those simple toys, kids, do they still love them? I hope that they do. So I have some bags of little trees. Yeah, I said don't put your Christmas stuff away yet. I don't know if that was this year, last year. I don't know where these came from. I can't remember. I'm always buying. So I know I picked these up last year. I don't know if they came out with them. So much glue. I don't know if they came out with them again this year, but they were bottle brush carrots. So I feel like she could hold a carrot and I don't have to glue it on. I do need to take that base off though. She's got the orange on her. There we go. Got her to hold it. So now I'm going to add I want to cover it up a little bit more and bring in some white element, some really spring element. So I'm just cutting off some of this. This is like greener baby's breath. The media paper stronger than I want it to be. Okay, so let's see if this works. I have this big, I don't know, stainless steel, sterling steel, I don't know. It is tarnished. It's beautiful. I got florals in it myself. And I thought, why could I not put this whole flocked family in there. So that's what I'm going to give a try. But I'm going to have to, like this one's a bank. I'm going to have to try to, and there's some damage like here and there, you know. So I thought that would be fun to see if I could fit all of them in here. Okay, I'm squishing it. I'm squishing it in there. It's glued, it's pushed, it's compressed. Okay, so now I'm going to use some more of that coffee color, which I think goes well. It'll pop the bunnies. It goes well with this vessel. There we go. We're going to call it a vessel. Okay, so let's get a game plan. I'm going to get Mama in there first. We're going to figure out which, I think, and then I'm going to make sure she's all the way, it's probably just hanging over a little bit. Got her pushed down. Let's see what her little guys are doing. Oh my gosh. I mean, there we go. So there's not a lot of room in here, but I thought I wanted to add some greenery. So I was kind of looking in my stash to see what I had. Like, do I like that? Or do I like that? This might look a little bit, let me just cut a piece off. Oh, well, just pull the piece off. I like that it trundles. Or hangs, I guess. Trundle, you know. Hangs. Just to add some greenery. In there. They kind of have to be glued onto Mama because they keep bouncing around. Little energetic buddies. I can see if I can add this little twiney in here. Probably should have done that before I glued all the, that's okay. We will make it work. So I picked these three up, and they're actually quite heavy. Like, maybe there's cement underneath them. I absolutely love them. They have that folk art, primitive vibe going on. Their little hats that they go on. This little, I don't know. Thinking, instead of like laying my drawer down, this is like a little drawer. I was thinking of doing it on the side. Like doing like that. His little hat's a little long. Just bending it. And then maybe just, I mean, sometimes it's just simple. So like putting some more of that moss back there. You have to keep their little feet that are movable flat and that they'll stand up. I think I'll add some knobs. I kind of wanted to do smaller knobs, but there's these round marks on there that I don't know, maybe, yeah, I'm going to have to do the bigger knobs, though I didn't want to cover that up because I don't know. I mean, I like the smaller, but unfortunately, that looks like, yeah, they aren't there. That's a lot of knob for that little drawer, but they probably were wooden. The usual would have been like a big long screw that had a nut, but I didn't really want it to be like go that far into the scene. Then I might change my mind and lay it down on the side now that those are so big. I don't know. It's always such a commitment, because then if I did that, I could put trees with it. I could, yeah, you know how I am. I like to create. I'm sticking to going on the side. So I have a ton of blue and mint and green trees for some reason. I know I bought a haul. I bought my own. Yeah, so I think that's what I'm gonna do. Is I still think it'll keep that primitive look, and then just go with some different hues of these green. Okay, let's start getting them in here. Okay, I think this is the one I want to add. Yes. So this is like shredded. I bought it at a yard sale, at a sale. So it's like shredded paper, but it's got that same muted. So I'm going to add that in before adding the rest. See if we can get these in here. See what they look like. Oh, I may have to. This little crepe paper is kind of sticking up there. Just a little dab to lay it down. I know it didn't have any to begin with, but he's all winkled. I'm going to do similar what I did with the pixie and then use these floral stems because these are much too heavy. Hot glue will never hold them. But if I can make something to wrap around and then it's green, so it will hold on to their little legs. I'm just twisting and tighten it up. It's pretty thick wire. So then I'm just going to wrap it around the leg, cut it down so it'll stick in, and then that'll be something that will hold it in place without it falling. Okay, so went back into my stash. I have these little wooden eggs that are blue. I like that pop of blue. It's kind of fun color. So I'm going to glue these into here. I know that's not the type of egg probably these chicks would have came from, but I'm not judging. Okay, to finish it up, I think I want to add this Easter. It's got bunnies on it. I'd like to put it like right here, and it does hold it, but I do have one of these that came off something. I'm gonna spread it a little bit, stick it all the way in there, and then have it resting on there. That way I know it's not going to, fall out. So thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed the little assemblies. Yes, getting all ready for Easter, getting Easter decorations out. And yes, these will be on my eBay store for y'all to bid on and hopefully win to take one of my creations home. I love searching for all the littles all year long to be able to create these little assemblies for you. So thanks for watching. We will see you next time, and you can see what I'm going to create.